Hey guys, am I live? I'm live. I can see you. Hey, I want to talk tonight just a little bit about where building a good worship band starts with. And I'm doing this thing. Look at this. See that? That's a bunch of chicken scratch. Secret preview of what's coming. I'm writing a new, I think this is going to end up being a new book. I think I'm going to put this out, but it's for piano. I've got a lot of new things that I've kind of been launching lately, and so this is one of them. Chicken scratch. That's got to be annoying. But really what I want to talk about tonight, because we just released drums and bass foundations for Worship the King, and maybe I'll show those to you here on the screen, but you can always go to Worship Band Builder and check it out. But what makes a good worship band? Where does it start? And really what I think is the number one thing is just it starts with individual members. It's like if you were going to build Legos or something, how are you going to get to this big awesome Lego house? You're going to start at the foundation. Really, anything in life is going to start right there at the foundation. If the small parts are either broken or they're not working, then the big part's going to be kind of a mess. So hopefully that's not what you feel like. You're not looking at your worship band going, oh, that's a mess. I mean, you could be looking at that. You could be looking at your band and going, this is a mess. What am I going to do? Or maybe you just take over. You're just taking over for somebody or in a church, and you're like, things aren't where you want them. So where does it start? Where does a good worship band start? And it starts in the very lowest place, the foundation. And that's what we've been teaching on the new Worship Band Builder site is foundations. That's why they're called foundations, because when you're building a band, I started playing in a band. I wasn't in a worship band. I was in a rock band in a junior high, and it was all about just jamming. But really, at the core of it, that's kind of what you have to be good at to be a good band. And I'm not going to talk about like the spiritual aspects of that tonight much, but more about the band part of it. So obviously in a worship band, it's much different than a rock band. I mean, yeah, you're in a rock band, then you just want to be awesome, right? You just want to play as good as you can. But in a worship band, you still have to have all the foundational parts of a good band. You have to have all those foundational parts down, like drums, bass, piano, guitar, or whatever instruments you're going to bring. All of those parts have to be pretty good. Or when you get to the Sunday morning and you start to play in your concert or whatever, that's in, I'm using those parentheses, concert, in your worship service. It's not really, it is a concert to God, I guess. When you start to play, it's set up like a concert now, kind of. You got lights, some of you have fog, you have video. So everything we're doing, it kind of is concert-ish, but it's band. It's definitely bandish. You guys have drums, bass, all those things have to be there. So on Sunday, when that happens, when that starts happening, then it's got to be good, right? It's got to sound like the drummer has to be on time, the guitars have to be in tune, the piano has to be in tune, or the keyboard, and I don't want to talk about piano tuning. But everything has to be in tune, and everything has to be, the soundboard has to be on. I mean, this sounds kind of funny, right? Like this is the kind of stuff that when you see the whole thing happening, yes, all of that stuff is happening. And if even one thing is not done right, then you can tell. I mean, let's say that you're in a worship service and everybody's there and it's all pretty good, and then the drummer, or let's say the piano player, totally just like hit the transpose button on the keyboard and went down a half musical step. It would be a disaster. It would like destroy the entire song. It would not sound right. So just one thing goes wrong. Or let's say for example, the sound guy forgets to turn on the lead vocal microphone, and it can't come on. Maybe the cable got unplugged a little bit from the mic. then the entire thing is practically ruined in terms of a performance standpoint. I'm not saying that we couldn't still worship, but we're not looking for that. What I'm talking about is making it good, making all those pieces fit together. How does a good band start? It starts at the lowest level, at the very basement, the foundation of getting in tune, knowing your charts, knowing your song, knowing how to use your gear, knowing how to play the song, and then getting in a room full of 4 or 5 or 6 people that are your band and being able to do that all together. So if you can do all of that, then you probably have like a worship band. Yeah, you have like a worship band, and you have like something that's going on. So check this out. If I can flip this around, let's see. I see a comment, but I will have to use my glasses because I'm old now. I'm so old. Hey, Mary. It's funny how I just got these glasses and now I can't see anything unless I have my glasses on. So, but I don't like the reflection they make. So the basics of the worship band. A good band starts really with you, and the front page of my website says that. It says like it starts with one. So if you're in a small church, which many of you are, and it starts with you, having a decent guitar, knowing how to plug that thing in, knowing how to strum some songs, and knowing how to sing some basic songs. It starts with one. So if I can flip this around without breaking it, then then you can see the website, and it starts with one. This is kind of like the new site, and it just kind of talks about all of the instruments, but the foundational instruments that we currently have now, all of the foundations here are really cool. We have the drums, we have the guitar and vocal, drums and bass, piano and theory, which is phenomenal. Any of you guys want to play electric guitar? We have the electric guitar now. The audio and tech foundations I'll talk about that a little bit, and then we have an audition segment. But the audio and foundations tech segment is really actually a conversation. So if any of you guys are wanting to do audio and tech, you can actually join my foundations group, and it meets every week, every month, and along with some of my YouTube videos I have, you can actually ask questions and get your questions answered. But I like what this has become because it is really all about the basics of each one of these segments. The guitar, the vocalist, the drums and the bass, the rhythm section, the piano and the theory, and then you put the icing on the cake, which I think the electric guitar is pretty good icing. And then also, if you really want to know where you're at, if you're kind of beginning and you need to take an audition, we even have that module available. So it starts with one, though. It really just starts with you. Let me know in the comments, those of you watching tonight or even tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. And I'm going to flip back around. It's very hard for me to move this thing around. Flip back around. Let me know in the comments what part you think is important. I mean, I think it's every single piece at its core. Every single piece at its core. So if you're really good, if you've got a really good guitar player and a singer, you can do a lot. Like our church is in a major transition right now where we're actually meeting in an off location. We bought a different building, and so we're meeting somewhere else. So we went from having lights and like the whole band and like all the in-ears and everything down to like a 6-channel or 8-channel little PA with like 3 or 4 people plugged in, and we can still worship. That's a worship band. It's not the produced band that we had in the other building. We'll get back to that, but it's kind of cool to sit and watch that. So wherever you're at, whether you're in this big space, if you're in a big larger church and you have a lot of band members and click tracks and in-ears, all of that it still has to come down to the acoustic guitar player has to be able to play to a click track and has to be able to basically go along with the band. If the acoustic guitar player is up on that stage, let's say there's 1,000 people in the audience, or the congregation, I should say, and you got an acoustic guitar player that can't stay to the click track, then your band could fall apart. So it really boils down in my mind to every small part being excellent, and if you can build from there, then you can build a really good band. You can't just look up at a worship band. You can't just look up there and say, oh, they've got this awesome worship band, and and you see it as a whole and you think that could be us, because that takes a lot of practice, a lot of time to get to that point. And that is really what I'm interested in right now. I mean, I've been teaching the guitar and some of the piano on the YouTubes and stuff like that, the YouTubes. But this new project, Worship Band Builder, is really about the core values, the core foundations of each of your band members, so that the whole band can be good, so the whole band can do well. And I'm pretty excited about what's happening right here with the new stuff that I have coming. And I've got some, if you guys see, this setup is for tomorrow. I'm working on some new play and sing videos that go along with this songbook, and I'm not going to get too crazy about mentioning it, but I am launching a couple new YouTube channels. Along with that is coming new videos with a new format for these videos for the play and sing songbook. So I'll be emailing you. If you're not on my email list, make sure you go get on my email list so that you can see that. And you can see, like, this week we released our podcast this morning, and everything's we're in really high hyper production mode of producing more and more content. So if you have any questions, let me know, because I'm basically I'm in like a massive like runway of content, not just making up content, but I'm actually finding the time now. It's been a couple years since I started this project. And I'm finding the time now that I'm getting ready to actually finish the project. It's play and sing, it's piano strumming. It's actually like piano strumming patterns. So these are going to go on the website and all the channels probably in the next week or two, 3, as I get them finished. So, but really starting enough about what I'm doing there. Starting a band, being a good worship band. It starts at the lowest level. Can you play to a click? Can you play a solid beat? Is your guitar in tune? Do you know all your chords? Can you play with a click? Are you playing the strumming patterns on time? Can you sing on key? Do you know how to be a musical singer? Is your bass player, in tune? Is he got the right gear? Is your sound guy mixing right? How many times, and if you guys have any experience with this, how many times have you played an awesome set and you got off stage and everything felt really good, and somebody said, well, we couldn't hear the vocals, we couldn't hear you singing? Or I know this happens because I was just reading the other day in a forum, I was up there playing and somebody told me that I can't hear the electric guitar. So that happens. It's happened to me. I'll practice all the parts, hours and hours, go up on stage, and somebody will tell me afterwards, man, I couldn't hear any of the electric parts. So as you can see, all of the things that make a really good band start at the very foundation. Can you mix well? Can you play well? Can you click well? Can you play on a click? Can you start and stop your songs? It's all foundations, and that's what this new project is about. If you guys have any questions, you can go to the website. You can click on Get Help. It's pretty easy. I'm doing it right now. You click on Get Help, and you can fill out your church information and get on a call with me one-on-one and talk about your problems and the things that you really want to change going forward. If you have that desire to lead worship, or if you're just on a worship band and you want to know how to get in a worship band, or if you want to know how to overcome some of the problems that you're finding right now in your current worship band. I got some problems, I got these issues, and this is what I do, and right now it'd be good to talk to you guys about it. So I'm gonna jump off tonight, and I'll be going live every Tuesday. It's today Tuesday, every Tuesday and Thursday. So make sure you like the video, make sure you share it with your friends, and make sure you stop over to worshipbandbuilder.com and click on Get Help, and you can actually just tell me a little bit about your story and about where you're at in your journey with some of the lessons that we're giving and just the philosophy of training. Because really, like I say right here on the front page of the website, it starts with one. It starts with one person. It starts with one person taking the initiative to get more training within the church to grow a strong, healthy worship band. So that's what we're doing. We're partnering with you to grow and help you grow in skillful worship. God bless.